YouTube, what's going on? So we're going to go over the first 4 weeks of business. Um, what I mean by that is I'm pretty much resetting the business. I tried a few years ago, it didn't work out. And then I tried again, it didn't work out. My main problem was consistency, infrastructure, actually doing product research and just doing the work. So if anything, I was more so a reseller that thought I was a business. But now the more that I just learn and do, I notice like there's a big difference between reselling and trying to do a business. And like I'm just getting started. There's a lot of things that I need to do, but I want to just share like I guess restarting my business a month in, week 4, because I do need to kind of put like some type of chronological on it. But I've been had eBay, I've been had TCGplayer. Um, it just didn't work out. So here we are with Timely Bills. I'm not affiliated. If you've seen like my old videos on the first time I tried to start a TCG business, I always use Timely Bills, and I have about 6 months worth of data, but a lot of it I wasn't listing stuff or anything like that. It's just I had an eBay store, and like after like a year of just sitting, it's finally sold. You'll see like in the numbers where I kind of started the TCG business and started just putting effort into it, listing on eBay every day. And I've never had over 200 items either. I did get the scanner and I have the expenses in there too. And you'll just kind of see like how it just made a big difference. So what I'm saying is like, I know the scanner is expensive, but if you have the money, and even if you don't have the money, just grind. I could have got it like just on a credit card or anything like that, but I want to like just TC, like if I don't have the money from the cards or the business or the eBay or the TCG player, I'm not going to use like any of my personal funds. So you'll see this thing kind of really get slow. And also too, I do sell primarily Pokemon cards. But there's other items from when I tried eBay, and just listing so many cards, I guess it like pushed it up or gave it a boost. So you'll see some stuff sold. And then also too, sometimes I just see things that like, oh man, like this is a good deal, I just got to buy it. So the whole goal of this is, of course, to build a self-sustaining business and portfolio with the eBay and the TCG player. Um, so later on, I will be talking about the crypto, but I know I like kind of yapped on about everything like that. I'm gonna just get right to it. All right, so this is Timely Bills, and they'll literally show you like everything: spending distribution, how much money you spent month over month. Like prime example, this month I spent $439, and that's a lot of bread. But when you look at this, like office and business, I did 31 transactions, and I spent $282.16. But you'll see right here, it's broken down to how I did it. So my eBay subscription, I spent $27.95. And I could actually go to when the transaction happened. That's what I like about it. Now I don't have any tags on this, but I did just put store subscription right here. So that way I know where that money is going. So I like that. Shipping. That's everything I spent in shipping. I did put a tab right here. So whenever I sell something on TCG player, I always put like a label or a tab so I know where it came from. And this is just literally going to show how much I've been spending on shipping. And it's going to add it all up. Nice pie chart. You know what I mean? So I could go here. Boom. I can see that's how much I spent. It's already there. I don't know why I'm clicking it. But so far this month, I spent $122.57 on shipping. Office supplies. Now this right here is going to show, oh yeah, so it's going to show everything that I consider like an office supply or inventory or something like that. Now right here, I bought a laptop. Like I was using a Dell, like an old Dell computer before, and that's what I said about like trying to reinvest in the business and stuff like that. Because like, man, I was on like Windows 7 or something like that. Like it, like before, even like when I was back then, I was just on an old computer. So just upgrading that really helped out. But, and then GameStop, I bought some things too, team bags. I just needed them for my chaos sort inventory. And then Walmart, I bought packing tape. And that wasn't for the cards, that was for a sign I sold. All right, so that's just kind of June, and there's more to June. I'll get to it, but like right now, like I can break down the merchants. like everyone I kind of spent money with so far. Other, when you go to other, that's just shipping. TCGplayer, charges and fees, inventory. I bought some plushes, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Like too, like I bought a bulk lot, it went good, so I figured like boom, let me diversify. You know, let me diversify. So I went and bought some Pokemon plush. I got them for $75, and it came with like Minecraft and some other stuff. But just this month, like I've been include bills. The only bill that I have, I don't know why I included GameStop as a bill. Like it's called Timely Bill, so it'll show you all your bills. Like next month on the 1st, my subscription's $27.95, and then boom, look at August. I'm spending $84.95 before I even get there. And the reason for that is I have a PO box. It's $57 every 3 months, and I got it because I just don't want my home address out there like that. It's a write off too. You know, you have to keep your receipts and everything like that. And then I just have it where like boom, these are coming down here. Now I do need to add card uploader, so my numbers are going to change just a little bit. I need to go back. I just started using card uploader last month, so I started using it around like I want to say like the 14th or the 15th. I'll actually show y'all in the transactions. This is how much cash I have on hand, but we'll get to that too. All right, so like the income distribution, but as far as how the business been rocking this year, we'll go from the cash flow overview and we'll work our way up, and I'll show y'all that. And as y'all can see, last month, man, like, you know, I was spending money, you know what I mean? I actually spent more than I make, but the cash flow, so like fire on this, like month by month, you could kind of see if you made money or not. Now, what I was saying about, let me go back, see if I can get a January in there. There we go. So in January, it was just stuff that like sold on my store. So that's why I like, and to be honest, too, I almost didn't, like I almost got a defect because like I was just so kind of far out off of eBay that like if my Gmail didn't go off, or you know my email didn't go off, I get the notification, I would have got like a defect because that's just how far off I was. And then in February, some things that sold too, but I actually lost money in February. I lost $15. Not really lost money February because you know I was up from January, but not like that. It was just like $18 in between. And when you come back right here and look at that 15 between these 2 months, it's only like I made $3. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay though, because like I said, I wasn't really doing the eBay. I wasn't really rocking with it like that. So March I came in right here and I had a pretty good month. I was up 200 excuse me, I can't talk, y'all. $271 for that month, and I had spent $207, but I made $478. So that's how that number kind of comes into play. And you can look right in here too, just total expenses. And like I said, this app's fire because it shows you, and I'm using a free plan. I know earlier I said it costs money. I've always used the free plan, but what the reason why like I have like just for 1 month used it is because like paid for the subscription is because you could pretty much take a CSV and download all this and throw it in a spreadsheet. What's this right here? 173. What's going on with that? Oh, okay. That's the whole month of shipping. That's like I was saying too, like I think one of these months is probably April. I was just like, let me just export all this stuff. So that's why it says that right there. I just pretty much added it, totaled, and threw it in there. So May is when I spent the most money. And as you can see right here, $237 to the bad. But it's not really to the bad because I had money from before. But what it's saying is I spent more money than I made. And that's when I kind of really got busy. I started like, that's why I say like I'm starting back from May. May 1st is when I was watching YouTube and I was like, man, you know, I miss like just not even really making videos, just sorting cards. Because you know I used to mess with TCGplayer. Like back then my inventory was 5,000, but I made like a lot of mistakes, like listing pretty much the same card over and over again. Just because you have 5,000 cards, it doesn't mean like you have 5,000 different cards. You know, and then it's around post rotation, stuff like that, like stuff I know now. And it just took time to kind of, I mean, I'm still nowhere. You see my numbers, you know, my numbers are, but it's just now like coming into May, that's when I really was like, you know what, let me just try to build this back up. So that's why I say like I'm on week 4, because May 1st is when I really kind of had the idea. And then if you can see the video right here, where I pulled the Mewtwo EX at, that's really was like, okay, you know what, this is a sign. Mewtwo's my favorite Pokemon. Golden Go and Gimme Ghoul. Them two were like, you know, my favorite Pokemon too, you know. So it's just when I pulled the Mewtwo, I was psyched about it. And I'm like a OG Mewtwo fan. Like I've been rocking with Mewtwo since day one. And with Golden Go, I like Golden Go. Like he's the Pokemon with the dreads, and you know he get money, all that stuff like that. You know, nah, but he's a cool Pokemon. And what's so crazy about him is I have a shiny one on Pokemon Scarlet Violet. I tried to bring it over to Champions, but you know he's not there yet. And I also have a shiny one on Pokemon Go, and like that's like I always thought he was cool because he has the ability. I think it's good as gold, where like the stat moves don't work on him. So that was one of the reasons why I liked him. But the shiny's cool too, even though you can't really see the shiny. But back to the business though, like I could talk about Pokemon all day. All right, so May right here, like I said, I spent more than I made, but you know it came out of the month prior, and I'll go through these transactions too real quick. Well, no, I'll go through the whole thing. That way you guys can see it. In June right here, same thing. Like I made $17, and it doesn't seem like I'm making a lot of money, but to me, I am because one, I didn't have a scanner. Now I have one, and I paid it off pretty much with just Pokemon Bulk. And what's so crazy is like I've always had Pokemon Bulk. But when I bought that lot, there was a lot that I bought. I did a video about that too. I've already made my money back on it, and all the inventory's free. And there's about like 5,000 cards that I haven't went through. And a lot of people is just eBay, but TCG players are right too. Like, don't sleep on. You could do both, but don't miss opportunities with TCG player, because one week, I think it was like not even one week, like a couple of days, it kind of just carried me. Not really carried me, but it gave me extra sales. So let me go back here and we'll go to the transactions real quick, and I can kind of show you guys, and I'll go through it quick because it's a lot. I'll show y'all the income. So, and like that's the thing too, like total and sales. It's really about like, you know, the net, like after the shipping, after the ad fees, after the, you know, transaction fees and all that, how much you have after. That's what it's really about. So like even though the sales may look high and some of them are the income, you know, you got to consider it afterwards. So that's why this is kind of separated to expenses and then income, and then it kind of gives you an overview. But June, like 456. June this month. So far, that's how much we made. In May, that was our best month out the year, 942, and we're gonna try to do our best. This is in sale, you know. This is just in. It doesn't count like all the other stuff, but we're gonna try to crack 1,000 this month. April 478. I think I skipped one. Go back. March 287, 97 in February, and 74, excuse me, in January. So you can actually see this just kind of growing month over month. February 97, March 2, you know what I'm saying, March 287, April 478, May 942, and then 456 so far this month. And if you look right here in July, we know we're going to spend that $28. That's really $38 because I need to add a card uploader in. And same thing right here in August, it's really $95. So just knowing that in June, that would make it where we don't have to stress about those upcoming transactions. And even right here, the spending trends, you can see like I only spent a little bit of money February, March, April, yeah, because like you see like the shipping costs go up a little bit, and then you come right here in May, office supplies, boom, shoots up to the moon, and that's because, you know, Bit the Bullet bought the scanner. Same thing right here, inventory in May. That's when I was like, you know what, we're just gonna try to make this work. Bought the bulk inventory, and then June you could kind of see inventory right here because we bought some stuff, and then shipping. All right, so if you're still here, I'm gonna go to these transactions, and I'll kind of let you see where everything's coming from. It starts off in June, but if we go down to, trying to see if I can go back. it's too many to go back, but I'm trying to find at least like the key stuff, like start from at least the beginning of May so I can walk y'all through. But if y'all want like a tool like this, I mean, it's fire. And what I do is too, I copy and paste the name of the Pokemon, so that way when it does go into my spreadsheet, it's right there, you know what I mean? And I just have everything I need. And it's clean. So, and the reason why I say it's clean, because you know you put the description in the notes, so it just goes straight to the CVS. So May is kind of when I first started, and I have everything else like you'll see right here, just kind of summed up. I do have the transfer histories and everything. I'm not gonna go into May, and that's like for me just cashing out from like eBay to, it's a margin account. A margin account is pretty much like with the brokerage, because I do plan on buying dividend stocks. I do plan on using leverage later, but I don't plan on using any credit to build this, just the money that's in it. When we started, like if I went all the way down back to January, like really didn't start with no money. The good thing about eBay is it gives you money for shipping. And back then I was charging money for shipping. So that's why you see like the plus right here, shipping income. But what happened with these Sterling cuffs, I had to give a refund back. And that's like kind of how like I really like started off January on a bad note. It seemed like I was making money, but I had to refund the money back. And then after that, I sold like a Ultra Ball for 18 shipping income, because I was charging for shipping. So back then someone paid $4.76 for shipping for 18. And with that right there, like people say don't charge shipping, do free shipping, but it will sell. But on the flip side of that, it will sell way slower. It'll take way longer. And this right here, like the little 50 cent, that's just the fees. It should say fees. Oh yeah, ad fees, because I was using ad fees. Okay, so that's how I like to do it. When I log it in, like I'll put in how much I made on shipping, or if shipping cost me money. And later on you'll see this flip, and then like really in May you'll see that flip, and then you'll see like where my volume is. Like I've been listening to people on YouTube, just doing research, and a lot of them are right. It's just better to do free shipping, making the price. And it seems like you're not making as much money as you could with charging the shipping. But to be honest, that's where I'd like part of the refund. There should be another one with the refund. Oh, for a while, here's like a mistake I was making with eBay. So there's a couple of them that have a refund. So like, let's just say like back then I was charging like $1. I think I was charging $1.49 for shipping for cards, and people would buy it. And sometimes like I would just give them back like 50 cents or something like that. Or if there was overages, that's what I was doing too, which it was, because I didn't understand eBay. Like back then I think the shipping was like 74 cents, or it might have been cheaper. I'm not really sure what it was. Because like I didn't even have a thermal printer back then. So like, no, I take that back. I did. This is when I had switched the 2 thermal printers. But for a while, like I was just printing it out like on a regular printer. And I think this was around the time then, because I was giving people back like extra money for the shipping, because I was trying to keep my ratings up. Like I didn't understand how to weigh and all that, like the product. I didn't even really kind of know about standard envelope. I'm trying to remember whose video I watched. No, it wasn't Game Vitamins, but Game Vitamins is where I got my game at from shipping. You know, he's the truth with, like, he has a video about shipping, and I believe he said he was going to do an upgraded video on it about just some of his business practices. But like, that's like who I used to watch, him, Bolt King, and a couple other people. All right, so like right here, shipping cost was like $149 right here, and that's income, like, because I was charging $149. And like right here too, I sold like some tennis shoes, so it's not really much. And that's like stuff from like way back when. It took like forever for that stuff to sell. Like it wasn't like I just listed it and sold. It took like maybe like a year or something like that. Like I'm not really sure. Like it took a long time. And that's why I say like the free shipping is just way better. Like it seems like you're making more money, but on the flip side of that, you're not really making as much. All right, so like February, I just totaled up the month. It was like $97.35. That's when I was using the CSV, because like even if I wasn't messing with the business, I still wanted to use a spreadsheet and just for tax purposes, you know what I mean? Just having everything, every transaction going back, and like you see right here, like in the right hand corner, there's a little arrow down. That's how you get the CSV for all this. And just coming back right here, I was paying like $7.95 for the subscription because I wanted to have categories in my store. And right here, that's why I just transferred money over. And this is like a cat. I want to say I got this cash. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, it was cash. So around this time right here, like around March, I was thinking about Pokemon, but I was like, man, you know, when you try to start a business and it doesn't work out, you're still kind of in it, but not really in it. Sometimes you just want to give up. Like, man, I'm done with the Pokemon, man. I tried a couple times, it didn't work out. So I did sell a lot of V cards. I did sell a lot of EXs and Vs to my homie Joseph. I said Joe. Well, that's what we call him. Too, and I know I probably spelled his name wrong. But yeah, we sold it to him for 150 altogether, and he bought them. And I mean, it was a good. I mean, it probably was like 150 market. Like, I didn't just give them away or like give out like a ridiculous amount, but it's pretty much like 100% value. So I guess like right there, that kind of sparked things up with me too. I was like, man, and he wanted like a lot of those cards he wanted, and I probably actually could have got more now that I said it, but I thought I was just done. But then I kind of came back and took that. It was like, okay, well, I could, I want to get back into this. So that kind of like sparked everything up. But I still kind of was just really just not doing much. And then right here, that's how much I made on eBay, like $137 together. And that might actually be totaled up with that minus the fees. I'm not exactly sure, but I do have it on CSV. Yeah, because all together it was like 207 or something like that. All right, so April is when things kind of picked up a little bit. Not really a lot. It's just when I started kind of getting back on eBay, but I was just really just trying to resell, and a lot of these are just transfers. Every time I transferred money, like I did actually put that in here. But at the end of the month, I just totaled everything. Right there, and then right here, that's like it totaled. But about time everything came out, fees and all that, it was about like $270 to the good. So May is when I was like, okay, I'm about to get back into Pokemon. I had seen Ascended Rivals come out. Ascended Rivals, excuse me. I seen Ascended come out, and I seen Dustin Rivals like just kind of floating in the store, but I wasn't able to get any. But I had a lot of it in my bulk, so I started still listed, and at this point I didn't have the scanner, but I was making good sales, like you see right here. So the Pikachu for 35, and it was in an okay condition. I know like that Pikachu went for more money, but it's just I try to be as fair as possible with the condition. Like, I'm not trying to get rich every single play. I mean, I want to make money obviously, but like I'm not trying to stretch it out. Like if it's a moderately played, well, a light played, but on the light play, like it's closer to mod than it is near mint, I'm going to kind of price it like that. So that's why I priced it like low. I know I could have like probably charged like a little bit more, but that's just what it was. And then like I sell like a Celebi, and that's like how much I think that, I'm not sure that's an ad fee. Okay, that's how much like just the fee was too. Oh no, the shipping was, sorry, because I did put it in the bubble mail and all that. So I mean, I don't have the net. I mean, I could go into the days and find like exactly how much it was, but on the spreadsheet it kind of shows. But right here you'll see like if you don't mark it, it's not going to show you exactly like how much you made per. So that's why the spreadsheet's important. I sold a little bit of Magic. Now these three are kind of together right here, so that's good. Where you can kind of piece how much you made. 74 in shipping. Feebay $1.17 in fees, so out of that 677. You see what I'm saying? So this one right here was like just like a pro pass, stuff like that. I'm trying to get to, I've been selling coins too. Now this was the Ascendant Heroes that I bought. Like I'm not sure if you had seen the video where I opened the Meganium. Well, the Embor, I had that and I had another one, and I ended up selling those two boxes and 3,000 commons and uncommons. I sold them at the farmers market. You have to look for opportunities. I'm not a vendor or anything like that, but I just felt like I could make some, some cash. So that really helped the business. And then I transferred it, through it to Cash App and all that and sent it over. But I ended up coming back and spending it, and I'll show you right here. So once I made that money, I kind of wrestled with like, should I like do a business? Should I do a YouTube? And should I really pursue this? Like, even though things were kind of going good, and then I had ended up pulling the Mewtwo right around here. And the video somewhere, I'll throw it up there, but it's kind of, it's just me pulling a Mewtwo. It's not like a thing. Now, it cost me $54 right here because I put, no, sorry. It cost me $54 right here just in fees. That's how much eBay charged me for that. $54.06. But it's crazy. Now, so I ain't gonna say it's crazy because they gave me the platform and all that, but that's a lot of money. All right, so, and what I'm thinking about too is like maybe starting to sell higher value cards on TCGplayer. All right, so right here, it cost me $15.94 to ship because I threw insurance on it. I could have got it shipped way cheaper, but that's a lot of money to lose. So right here too, that's when I bought that big bulk lot I did a video about. And from there, like, I just kind of took flight because I had the bulk lot. I started listening on TCGplayer. That went good. That's kind of where I transferred the money from the Mewtwo. It took a little, it didn't take that long, but that's when I had the money from the Mewtwo. And I knew that like I wanted the scanner, so I ordered the scanner the next day. I went to Walmart. Oh yeah, there it is. I bought some envelopes, card saver sleeves, penny savers. Sorry, I'm saying that too fast. I bought some card savers, some penny sleeves, team bags, just stuff like that, because like that's when I knew like I really wanted to get back into this. I think I did the YouTube video, and then I just said, let's do it. Spent the money, bought the scanner. And I've been recovering ever since. No, I'm just playing. The reason why I say that, because I would just have $1,000 to play with right now if I didn't buy the scanner. But let's be real, like, the scanner's worth it. Like, it's so worth it. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, if you have to save month over month, like, I'm telling you, make that a high priority to do. All right, so I got that cash, and I had bought this from the your brokerage account. I call it margin because it's a margin account. I just, say that so I remember what it is, because I do want to stack that to $2,000 to be able to borrow against assets. You need $2,000 to do that. So right here, I seen a sign, and I'm going to post a picture of it right here and right here of a Yingling sign. And this is when I was just looking for Pokemon, and it was $60, so I had to buy it. And it's not Pokemon, but if I see something like that, I gotta get it. And the original price was like $100. I was able to talk them down to $60, and I was able to sell it for $250 plus shipping. The shipping, I want to say, is like $40 something. I'm gonna pull the transaction up. Right now I'm just talking about it, but it was like 40 something. So it wasn't bad. But eBay, they got theirs. They got their money. But that's like around the 18th, a little bit after I made the video. And then, I needed the cash flow because I've been spending money. So that's where you see the $2. And that's like transferring money from eBay because I just needed the cash. I had the cash, on me. Like, I could use a credit card or my debit, but I only want to use money for the business. So eBay got me right here. You know what I'm saying? They're like, hey, let me get this. You're doing too much. Let me get that subscription fee. And the reason why they did that is because I upgraded finally. And then they came back. And then eBay, I transferred like $11.77. I came back right here, did some more transfers. And this is when I started transferring money to Uphold. Uphold has a debit card, and it's a prepaid debit card. So like you can only use it on certain things. Like you could use it like on TCG tracking. You can use it at the post office. You can use it at, I don't think you can use it at Walmart because they don't have like, well, if you get a physical card, which I'm thinking about doing, they're like $4.99. You could use them there and there's other places. But every time like I spend money, I get crypto back, specifically XRP. And without using a credit card or anything like that, that's really good getting cash back. There is the Discover cashback credit card. debit card, excuse me, that does give you cash back. But I mean, right now XRP is like crashing, Bitcoin crashing and all that, and it's the perfect time to buy, in my, my opinion. This isn't a crypto video. This is like what the business has been through, but I am going to be buying this dip. And I'll show y'all my cash flow in a second. All right, so the Eevee, the one with the Rayquaza in the back, I sold one of those for $14.99. And I did have the, where's the scanner at? Yeah, I did have the scanner. I had the Yingling sign, and I just bought like some more stuff from Walmart before that. So I sold that, the Eevee, came back right here. I was able to sell Dragonite, Dodrio, 151 stuff. I didn't know the 151 had like kind of like a premium on it, so I did raise my prices on it. So like a Dragonite, paid 10 cents and ad fees and 66 cents, and eBay fees, and then another 71. That's supposed to be 74, excuse me. But I put 71 cents. That's supposed to be 74 cents for shipping. Is that for shipping? Yeah, that's for shipping. That's supposed to be 74 cents. But oh yeah, that's right. Sorry. Anyway though, but right here, this is like a Galarian Meowth, I think. Oh no, okay, yeah. So it was a couple cards together. So that's why it says it like that. And this, I did start making a few TCGplayer sales, but it's gonna take a minute to get there. Sold one of the promos, the Litten, for $9.99, well $10. What was this right here? And that's another. Oh yeah. So the mini portfolio, was able to sell one of those for $9.99. The Magic cart from Rebel Clash, and then it's just other little miscellaneous stuff. You guys can kind of see it as I scroll through, and that's where I'm just transferring money. Bill's transfer. Speaking of transfer, I was able to sell that card, and yeah. So I did buy like different things throughout the month. One thing I bought was the scanner. I bought, what else? A lot of inventory. I bought the 11,000 cards. I didn't know it was going to be 11,000 cards at the time, but I'm glad I kind of took the risk. And then right here, I was able to sell just little stuff right here. It was a Pidgeot. It was a nice Pidgeot too. I actually wanted to keep it, and that's where I'm going to come up with the collector corner later on, like a playlist of cards that like, I'm like, if through the bulk, I'm gonna keep them if I like them. Like I named a couple of the Pokemon I like. I'm probably gonna say around Relicanth. I like Relicanth. What else? There's a couple Pokemon that like I really kind of rock with. I think I said Goldeen. Yeah, Goldeen. I like Goldeen too. Seeking. I like Seeking. I like that whole line. Isq. It's like a little penguin with an ice cube. I like that one. So there's certain cards I'm going to collect. And oh yeah, and the bulk too, I had found, which was crazy. It was like and I probably could have got more, but it was a Espeon VMAX from Evolving Skies. It was clean too. I was thinking about keeping it, but the only reason I would keep it, if I don't know, it would lead me to collecting the rest of them. But in May, at the end of May, we pretty much lost $237. We didn't lose $237, but we spent more than what we gained. Now June is where we're really kind of cooking at a little bit, because we already got our subscription out the way, paid for. They took that off top, and now that it's out the way, we can kind of build. We're trying to make more than last month. Try to crack at least $1,000. And I know I'm going through this fast. Now with this right here, it was One Piece, Monkey D. Luffy. I don't know why I said Monkey D. Luffy. It was Luffy. I watch One Piece. Sold like a few of those. And that's where the score subscription was like, oh, let me get that. You made 29 plus you spent shipping and all that. Let me get some of that back. So they hit us with that. And the reason why I say I'm glad the subscription's out the way, and also too, I just paid my PO box last month. So like, this is the month to try to make more than 1,000. Last month we netted negative money. So far, just having, I want to say like $10 on board. This is the Pokemon plush. I think I already talked about that. And let me just show y'all that real quick too, after I get through these numbers. But just having like, And then, oh yeah, so TCG Player, I made a big sale. It was like $24. I did ship, and that's another reason why I'm saying uphold. So like, here's how like I'm rocking with the cash flow. When I make all the purchases that can be made with uphold, I'm gonna use uphold because they pay 2% back XRP. I'd rather get the XRP back than a dollar or the money. Because let's say you give me $1 back, and let's just say I never spend it. It's just gonna be $1. Now let's just say you give me $1 back in XRP. Yeah, it could. I mean, it could go down, but it could equal more than $1 later. So that's how I look at it. With the cash back, and like I'm not using. I mean, I'm using my money, but it's cash back. It's not like it's costing me anything. And the reason why I'm using Fidelity, the margin account, is because you get 3.6 back percent every month. And I did get like money back just from holding it in my account last month. I'll post it right here. I mean, it was just little because like, as you can see, like, I mean, it's not a lot of money, but as this grows, so will that. And I'll talk about that every first of the month or kind of in the first week. But yeah, it was a lot of stuff with the TCG player. Order is like 120 cards, and with the inventory system, it was just quick. Like it was like 120 cards, and I was able to list and pack them in like probably like 2 or 3 minutes. The longest thing that really kind of took was just bagging them up, making sure that they look good and everything like that. What is that? Okay, see, so this was just 2 different Mimikyus. That's what I like about this. You can like go in there and actually see what's going on. I also been selling the coins as well, because like I do have the cards, but that's where I needed a little crush, and I'll just I need a little cash right there. So when you see those $2 withdrawals, it'll say like express pay, or even if you click it, it doesn't. I have it service pay. That's when I start making notes, and it'll just kind of show what it's for. But that's I needed the capital. TCG player made $1.49 on shipping. As you can see though, I have it where it subtracts too, like from the shipping, and I use TCG tracking on that. So like if you see those tabs, purple for TCG player tracking is going to just have like a goldish tab, so I'll know where that is. And every time I use that, I get cashback XRP. Well, no, every time I upload to that, I get cash XRP. And then when I take the money, the profits, and sit in the account with the brokerage with Fidelity, I'm getting 3.6% back. So we're just like yield farming the money too. I don't get like, and I'm working on getting sales, but I don't get sales like that. I'll show y'all my eBay numbers, but I don't get sales like that. I mean, we're kind of new, like I said, like even though it's been running, the reason why I say I'm restarting it from zero is because like it's pretty much like I'm new. And even all my feedback kind of came from like last month and the month before. So that's why I say that right here. I sold like a golf bag, and I did charge shipping, and I just had to because it was like a 4-pound golf bag, but it was a good golf bag. I didn't spend any money on it. I had it already at my house. I don't play golf. Someone had left it over here. They said they didn't want it. So I was like, hey, let me have it. I finally sold. I think I got that May 18th. So I sold the Yingling sign for like $250. It cost me $47, and let's say $48 to ship, and $13 was, I think, was the fee. What is that for? Yeah, ad fee. That was the ad fee, and another $34 right there. FeeBay got to get theirs. So I mean, I made money on it, but I priced it that high because I knew they were just going to eat like the money, just the fees and everything. And we paid $60 for it, so we doubled our money. And yeah, just sprig of Cheetos. So with TCG player, what I do is I put salary and paycheck, and I just put that just so. And this was the 120 cards I was talking about, but I just put that so I know where it's at. Now with this one, that's how much fees they took right there, and that's why I put all my notes same way so I know what the fees were from, where it came from. And that's when I was like, oh, let me go ahead and transfer this. So out of that 250, I made like 190-ish, 180-ish, because that could be something from something else with the eBay fee. Now, another thing I found in the bulk that was like, well, it was really good, and I still have actually cards that from it that I could put on there was the Destined Rivals deck, and it had like a Cosmo Hollow bordered Gyarados with the stamp in there. So I listed it. I actually listed it today, or is it either today or yesterday? I'm pretty sure it's today, and it sold like immediately. If eBay got like $2.18, had to pay 74 cents, no ads on it, so that was good. And then I sold like a couple other Pokemon Go cards, just like trainers. So today, right here, today, yeah. So what I did was with TCGplayer, they take forever to pay you. So that money is going to show on my TCGplayer account, but I have it where it's going to just transfer to the brokerage account. And we always want the money in the brokerage account because while it's there, it's earning interest, and eventually it'll compound to our interest is making interest. And the same thing with the dividends and all that, like eventually it'll grow with the XRP. We're just stacking that, it's free. And then with Bitcoin too, I am going to buy a little bit of it while Bitcoin's down. And I'm actually going to add it to this timely bills. All right, so go through it one more time. So, oh yeah, and it shows the merchants too, like where I'm spending. I think I already said that, where I'm spending my money at and everything like that. Like June, all the transactions with eBay, those are there. Facebook, that's when I bought a laptop. Like I was using a Dell computer. I had to I had to get a laptop. And GameStop, card sleeve, stuff like that. So it literally has everything. Those are all the transactions, like the fees that TCGplayer got from me. UPS, you see how they have the TCGplayer right there? That's the first time I spent 74 cents. And then right here on top, it cost me $6. The order that was $24, it cost me $6.39 to ship. I did hook them up with some extra hollows and stuff like that too. I'm going to be adding more later on because I really want them to come to my store again because I really appreciated that. So right now, this is where we're at in June, and we only are up $17. That's it. But even though we made more money right here in May, we're actually doing better in June because May, we finished the month out with negative $227. And June right here, we're actually up 17 and with a potential upside. All right, so let me show y'all pretty much the inventory from that we purchased, how I kind of got it staged. I'm still going through it. And I'll show y'all like just kind of my operation. And this is a long video, so if you rock with me, and if you're still here, you know what I'm saying, like let me know. But I don't expect this to get a lot of views, but I'm at the point now where I'm not really doing this for views. Like, and that's the thing too. I really want to build this business and I want to document it and just kind of like resetting it, like, and just showing like, hey, you can mess up a couple times and it may not work out the first few times. I can't even say a couple anymore. You know what I'm saying? Gotta keep it real. Can't even say a couple anymore. But just like persisting and trying and learning more and researching and building infrastructure, things will slowly get there. All right, so I'm going to show y'all my setup, the inventory, and I'm also going to show y'all the plush that I got too. And yeah, so I mean, I might have to part two this. This is long, but yeah, I'm just going to let it rock. All right, so I'm about to show y'all pretty much my infrastructure and everything like that. All right, so here's my setup right here, and it's not that big, but this is where I work at. I just took 2 tables and threw them together, and that's how I pretty much got like this layout. So right here, and I was about to clean all this up, I was like, let me show them the real, let me show them how things really are. All right, so right here, this is me just sorting for Destined Rivals, like listing some stuff on TCGplayer. I want to get that going, so that's pretty much what that is. And I'm pretty much like I don't even have them like alphabetized yet, so That's what I'm doing. But they are set sorted. That's like I forgot whose laptop this was, but this is one of the laptops that one of my friends tried to give to me, like when I didn't have a laptop. So I tried to use it for a while. It didn't work. So I just went on Facebook Marketplace. The one over there that you see in the background. And the reason why I have that, because it's good for TCGplayer. When you're sorting cards and if you already have them set sorted, you can literally just print out the set in alphabetical order, kind of stick them somewhere, maybe like a little painter's tape or something that won't stick to the wall. And then that way you just kind of know how to put them together based off that list. That's when I finally got the scanner. Oops, I almost knocked that down. Finally got the scanner, and like I said, it just kind of transformed everything. That, like, it really just elevated the business. So make sure that, like, if you can, save up, get one. And if you're able to get one, just get one, just get one. I'm like, what? All right, so right here, these are like my shipping supplies. I got big envelopes, little envelopes. I have the painter's tape for that, but that's for something else. I also have the team bags, penny sleeves, stuff like that. And that's my other little setup right there. It's a little tablet. That's I don't even know the brand of that thermal printer. And then I have my shipping scale over here. And that blue thing is just to sanitize my phone. Like, while I'm working sometimes, I put my phone in there and it just cleans it. This is an old box that I had that I took, and I just, I use it for trash now. And that's the laminator I bought for the business. I got it with the laptop. And the reason why I got it is because with the laminator, and I'll show you guys in a second, I can take my dividers that I have and I can laminate them. So that way it just gives the divider just a little more give. And then under here I have like just more shipping stuff. Before I had a scanner, trying to learn how to play the piano or a keyboard. I was using these lights to take pictures. And I'm telling you, it would take me about like 5 to 10 minutes per card taking pictures. And then when I didn't have these before, I was using like a ring light and that went out. So I just started using just a selfie stick. So when I say like just in time, you're going to make your money with the scanner. So right here is some of the bulk that's not anything in the folder that's mine. And those on the bottom, those ETBs that's on the Monopoly thing, those are mine. But all that other stuff is bulk that I have from that $100 purchase. And those cards that like they're in there, I think those are like higher valued cards, so I just kind of pulled them to the side. And then right here, I'm working on getting like a table. This is all the bulk from the first video. That's all I've been selling. I haven't like listed any of my stuff or anything. I'll be on that Pokemon Champions. But this is just bulk, and I took the labels. This is for the TCGplayer. I just took the labels, wrote down the set, the letter, and then I just kind of put like the symbol too. The ones in the middle, like the Pokemon Go, the Astral Radiance and all that, I haven't sorted out yet. The M1L and the M2A I haven't sorted. And these are like Prismatic Evolutions. They're all sorted. This is my eBay inventory, and I just have this right here right now. I got another shelf that I'm about to put together. I've had it sitting, that shelf sitting in the room forever, so I figured like I'll just go ahead and put it together. And that's other stuff I haven't looked through yet. So the business is growing. It's taking a little bit, but the reason why I say that we're starting from May is because like, and I'll show you in my eBay sales too. That's when everything started taking off. That's when I started like listing stuff. Got super lucky with the Mewtwo, and that just kind of catapulted everything. It's like technically Mewtwo paid for the I'm not gonna say Mewtwo paid for the scanner, but it was because of the Mewtwo that we was able to get the scanner at the time. Giant Pikachu, Snorlax, Chimchar, the Dene's right there. Different themed Pikachus. One's like a Santa Claus hat. You got like the pumpkin. Then you got like the witch hat one. And then you got like the homie Snorlax just chilling. And then there's another Pikachu over here. Those are pretty big. Those two kind of go together. Well, they don't go together, but they're gonna get sold together. And then I got like these Pikachus right here. Trico, Venusaur, Bulbasaur back there, Jigglypuff. I guess that's supposed to be shiny Pikachu. Then another Pikachu, Groudon, Tyrant. Was it Pansage? Not Pansage. Yeah, I forgot that. Who's that Pokemon? Is it Pansage? I don't think it's Pansage. I forgot his name. Grimer, and then I already showed y'all these. And then outside of this too, as a bonus, these kind of came with it. So it's like something from Minecraft. This one's kind of heavy actually, like a penguin, like a little knit turtle, like an eagle, and then like another penguin. And these definitely gotta get washed. You definitely have to get washed, but for 75 altogether, I felt like I could make my money, probably double my money. So I took a chance on it. And when I get them listed and everything like that, I'll definitely let you guys know how it goes. But that's the plush I got. I feel like I got a good deal. Let me know in the comments too if this was a good deal or not. And be real too, if it's bad, like say, hey man, you know, you should have just bought some Pokemon with that. But even if not, after I get them washed and cleaned, I mean, I'll keep some if I need be, but I think that they'll move pretty good. I'm 100% sure I'll get my money back. If not, I'm collecting plushes. All right, so let me show y'all my eBay numbers. My eBay numbers aren't that strong at all. They do coincide with my timely bills budget, but these are my eBay numbers right here. Cool. All right, so right now I have 1,248 items listed. And like I said before, without the scanner, like I never got over 200 items in my store ever. Every time, like I would try to build a little momentum, take a day and list like 30, 40 cards, and just listing 30, 40 cards in a day, like that just kind of shows you like how much work it took. So that's why, like, soon as I got a chance, I bought that scanner like immediately. All right, so right now we have 1,248 items, but let's just kind of go to performance. All right, so we'll talk about sales and then we'll talk about traffic. Today, like I said, my sales aren't super strong. I sold 3, netted $17.79. Altogether, it was $23.66. And if you look at the timely bills, I'm not going to go back all to it, but it'll show you like where those fees came from. In the last 7 days, we sold $600 worth of stuff, but we only got to keep $333.36. I wish I could have like lost 3 cents, so it could have been like just 5 threes all across the board. All right, and we sold 44 items, and tax we paid $35.27. Now the last 30 days, that's when we like kind of was cooking. We sold $1,200 worth of stuff, or $1,287 dollars worth of stuff and 52 cents. We sold 88 items altogether, and we netted $855.73. Tax we paid $51.82. Average price was $14.63. Now over the last 90 days, $2,300, $2,344.15, and we netted like $1,400. Well, you might as well say 15. We're like right close on 1,500. And you can look at the sales and see like each month everything is just kind of going up and up and up. So we're building up pretty good. April right here, that's when we made some money, but it was just kind of just stuff that was already listed. I sold like some shoes, I want to say like some shirts and stuff like that. But as far as like just doing straight Pokemon, that's when we really kind of got grooving. And then right here, this month right here, we're doing okay. But we only really, I mean, those numbers look great, but we only really made like $17 off the month for everything. Even our traffic's improved. Let me go right here. Because like this used to be, the traffic used to be negative 34, and it was like that forever. Like the whole time, like it was just negative 34. Might go negative 33, but it just stayed there. Now we're up 26%. And that's because of the scanner. It's not because like I'm doing anything special. That's why like I'm really trying to encourage you guys to get a scanner if you can. Last 30 days, it went up, and this is where the scanner kicked in. It went up by like 65% because of the scanner. We had 2,300 listings viewed, and we had 88 sold. Click-through rate 0.3, sales conversion 3.7. So my sales conversion is really low. Same thing right here. Today, last 7 days though, it did go up 5.4%. And then today for traffic, it's 6.5%. So we don't have a lot of views. We have decent impressions, but we're actually down 35.5% from yesterday. So maybe there's a little time to turn that around, but you know, it is what it is. So that's like my numbers. That's where I'm at. Let's do sales, custom. Let's do this real quick. So if you look right here, this whole year, we only made $1,576.74. We sold, and this is from everything from January to now, we sold 188 items. We paid $131.41 in taxes. And our average from here is $13.55. Prior, that's kind of like literally when I was like just selling shoes and stuff like that. And you know, I wasn't passionate about it like I was Pokemon. So even that right there, but I mean, starting off from the beginning, you could just see everything kind of growing. February, you know, it's down. March, it's up a little. April's where you kind of see like a little steam, and then June, you know, it's taken off. But you know, those are like mixed numbers too. Like with I want to say is with May and June, but I don't really know all the eBay stuff. And like just in fees though, this year, I mean, we almost spent $500 in fees, and we're like $400 in shipping. So altogether, we spent about like $850. So that's where I'm at, y'all. I know this was a long video. I guess I'm making up for like the videos I didn't make month after month. It'll be a lot. Next month it'll be like, it won't be as long, but that's where I'm at, y'all. This month we're up $17. The month before we spent more than we made. April is where we kind of made like a little bit of money. March we made some money. February we dunked out, but January we made some money. But that February's from I want to say they would like refund, not February. That January has a refund in it. So I'm out. Thanks for watching. I know this was a long video. You're like, oh wait, man, what's wrong with this guy? But yeah, I just wanted to kind of show where I was at with the business. This is the rundown from the beginning of the month till now. We've been selling stuff that kind of been on there, but we really started focusing in and really getting serious in May. That's why I made the video about like the Ascended Heroes opening and everything like that. But thanks for watching. I'm out. Sorry this is so long. Next video, I'll be talking about what I'm going to be doing. Oh yeah, speaking of what I'm going to do with the funds. All right, so all together, I don't think I actually showed y'all. So with the margin account, we have $187.67. With TCGplayer, we have $24.21. But it'll show like the transfers coming up because it just takes so long to get the TCGplayer money that it's not going to show up in a different, another account. It's just going to show once it actually hits the account. eBay, we have $13.72, but we do have that one sale, which is what, like $4.99 that we didn't like ship yet, so it's not logged in. So roughly we might have like 15-16 bucks. Uphold right now, we've been doing a lot of shipping with TCGplayer, tracking, and TCGplayer using the post office box. So we only have $1.67. With the 187, I'm not gonna lie, like Bitcoin's down a little bit, so I'm definitely gonna get a little bit. Ethereum, and I'm also looking at dividend stocks. There are some weekly paying dividend stocks that pertain to crypto, and I'm thinking about getting some just for the weekly income for the business. As y'all can see, I get sales, but I need like consistency for the business to grow. And the main thing I want is the dividends to buy the Pokemon, and the Pokemon to buy the dividends. And eventually it'll get to where like the whole, and the same thing with the crypto. It'll get to where like the whole business is kind of run like cash flow itself. So I'm out. This is a long video. I said y'all wanted something different. This is definitely a little different. But yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.